Alright guys, Pito Cole here, assistant golf pro at Larkin Golf Club. So we're going to go and take a look at what's inside my golf bag. Clubs, random things that are in my golf bag, and kind of how I like to organize it. So come on over here. We'll start with the wedges. I play the TaylorMade MG2 mill grind wedges. I carry a 54 and a 60 degree with custom stamping with my initials. These have the raw face finish to them. They're a little dirty because I used them yesterday. But raw face finish, so get a little bit of rust on the face and they'll kind of spin a little bit more. In my lob wedge, I play the Dynamic Gold S200 wedge, and I got my Golf Pride Tour Velvet cord grip. This one is borderline needing to be replaced. So in my sand wedge, I play the Dynamic Gold X100. I got this USA edition that I got from the Bridgestone Tour Van about a year ago, I guess. So it's really nothing different than a normal X100 shaft. It's just it's got the American flag kind of look to it. So same thing, Tour Velvet cord grip. Again, this grip probably needs to be replaced soon. This is my 54 degree wedge again. Rusty face MG2 wedge with the PC stamping. Go over to my irons. I play the P7TW by TaylorMade. Huge Tiger Woods fan, so I had to have these irons. They came with the Dynamic Gold X100 shafts. I don't normally play those in my irons, so I actually put my old Bridgestone iron shafts in here. It is the True Temper DG Pro X100. Very similar shaft, just slightly lighter. The P7TW has like a tungsten weight in the middle right here that adds a little bit of weight to the head. I'm not a very big guy, so I need a little bit lighter of a shaft. So I went with the DG Pro X100 shaft, a little bit lighter than the traditional Dynamic Gold X100 shaft. I play that in a 4-through pitching wedge. I got my 2-iron, P790 2-iron. With the Project X hazardous smoke shaft and a 6.0. This is one of the few stiff shafts that I play in my bag. I normally play extra stiff, but for some reason I just really like the way the stiff shaft feels in this 2-iron, so I got this in the 6.0, 90 grams. I absolutely love this thing. Very rarely will I hit it out of the fairway, but I will hit it off the tee. I like to hit the stinger a lot, so that's why I keep this in the bag. One of my favorite clubs in my bag, actually. I picked this club up for about $19 at Dick's Sporting Goods. It is quite old. This is my 5-wood. I used to play a 5-wood about 2 years ago, quit playing a 5-wood and started carrying a 2-iron. And recently I was like, kind of want to play a 5-wood again, so I went and picked this thing up. Nike Sasquatch 5-wood. I picked it up at Dick's Sporting Goods for, like I said, 19 bucks. I did put a different shaft in it. It is a Ventus Blue. It's 6S, but it's tip trimmed about ½ an inch to make it play like an X. And I've also butt cut it so it's 5-wood length. This has recently become probably my favorite club in the bag to hit. I have a lot of control with it. I can hit different shots with it, so it's one of those that if I have 2-iron distance to the green, but I'm in the rough, I can hit this thing out of the rough and get it up out of the grass and into the air, unlike my 2-iron, which generally kind of keeps it a little bit lower. On to my 5-wood. I don't play the sim, but I have the sim bag, so might as well have the sim head cover. I have the TaylorMade M5, the Rocket 3, 14 degrees. I have my weight set to draw. I like to draw my 3-wood, so I play the Ventus Black 6X in this. The black is a little bit lower launching than the blue, so I like to hit it a little bit lower, and overall I feel like I have a little bit more control with this. This is also cut down just a tad. It's probably, I think, about ½ inch shorter than standard length. This is the Velocore version. I don't have it in my other 2 Ventus shafts, but this black one I do have the Velocore, so couldn't exactly tell you the main difference between the Velocore and the non-Velocore, but basically it's like a tighter dispersion, so that's why I like it in this 3 wood. Don't necessarily need it in my driver or 5 wood, but my 3 wood I tend to get a little bit spray with it, so I like the tighter dispersion in the 3 wood. On to my driver. 9 times out of 10, this is my favorite club to hit. Just depends on the day, really. Lately, I've been hitting it really good. I got Sid the Sloth. I've had this boy for about 3 years now. My wife got it for me, so the only time this comes off is if I play golf on a Sunday and I'm wearing black and red. I'll throw on Frank, which if you're a Tiger fan, you know that Frank is the traditional Tiger head cover that Tiger uses. I have that same one at home, but it's not my everyday head cover. This is my everyday head cover. I play the Sim, TaylorMade Sim 9 degrees with the Ventus 6S. This is the only other stiff flex shaft that I have in my bag other than my 2-iron. Thought about going to extra stiff, but I hit this club too well to really worry about changing shafts right now. So as mentioned before about needing to change some grips, this one is definitely needing to be changed. Problem with cord grips is that they do wear out a little bit easier. So Ventus Blue 6S. I have my weight down to the draw side. My miss with my driver is kind of off to the right, so I have that weight down to the draw side to kind of help me bring it back to the left a little bit. So that's the driver. And my flat stick is probably the newest addition to my golf bag, I believe, is my Spider FCG by TaylorMade. It's the newest putter that they have released. So the gimmick is that the way they advertise it is, you know, it feels like a blade, forgives like a mallet. That is actually very true. I was kind of skeptical at first. I've always been a blade putter, used a blade putter just about my whole life. Played a Scotty Cameron for the last, I don't know, probably 2.5 years. Recently switched to the TaylorMade Truss. Liked it for a little bit, but wasn't really working out for me. Switched to this one about probably 2 weeks ago, and man, I love this thing. If you watched my last video, you saw that I did make quite a few putts with this thing, so as you can see why I like this putter. Standard KBS putter shaft in it. I like the Ping blackout grip. Like I said, I'm a Tiger fan. I've been using this grip for years. I've tried different putter grips. Keep going back to this one. I've had this one at this 33.5 inches long. I'm a short guy. I'm only like 5'6", 5'7". So I like a little bit shorter of a putter, and it is de-lofted about 1.5 degrees, and it's about 1/2 degree flat. So I have a tendency to scoop my putts, so to give it a better roll, that's why I have it de-lofted. Now let's get inside the bag. All right. So in this top pocket, I carry Rangefinder. This is a Bushnell Tour V4. The mini tours that I play on do allow you to use rangefinders. I know on the PGA Tour you can only use them in like practice rounds and stuff, but I can use them. It helps me get the distances. Pretty accurate for the most part. Kind of struggles outside of 200 yards, but I have a little magnetic case on it so I can just stick it on the cart when I'm riding. I don't always use tape, but I kind of went through a phase where I would use tape on my fingers all the time. I would get really bad calluses on my fingers, so I would throw some tape on there to kind of prevent the calluses. And so I don't really use it as much anymore, but I do keep it in my bag just in case. This is just, you know, Walmart brand waterproof adhesive tape, nothing special. On over to this pocket right here, keep my glove. Keep a few tees. I do have another pocket for where I keep my extra tees, but keep tees. My Divot Repair tool. Always fix your divot, guys, especially on a course like Larkin where we have bent grass greens. They're real soft, so you'll leave a pretty good ball mark in the green. So always fix your divots. And I got 2 ball markers in my bag. I got this #1 dad that my wife got me. New dad, got a 6-month-old at home, so she got me this. And then of course, go Yankees. One of the cart guys that I work with gave me this. I think he found it in a cart or something like that, so thanks to him for giving me this, because this is pretty cool. Love the Yankees. And I also keep golf balls in this bag. I got a couple different golf balls here. I got a Pro V1X, TaylorMade TP5 picks. I also play the Bridgestone Torby X and the Torby XS. Played the Torby XS for the majority of last year, and I kind of tested the X at the beginning of this year, or actually kind of middle of the year, really. Really like that ball. That's kind of, Bridgestone is kind of my go-to golf ball, but currently I've got some Titleist and TaylorMade in there. Don't have a ball contract right now, so that's why I'm kind of playing whatever I feel like playing right now. Onto this front main pocket. I keep a pullover in here just in case it gets a little chilly. We're in November now. As you can see behind me, the leaves are starting to change. Half the trees don't have leaves on them. So pretty soon we're gonna need some pullovers. So I keep one in my bag. I'll occasionally switch it out with one that matches whatever I'm wearing for the day. So like today I'm wearing mostly white. Got my navy blue pants on. So I got a white pullover in the bag. I also keep this is my Yardage book. This is what goes in my back right pocket. This particular one is more of a green book than a Yardage book. This is for my home course, so I won't use it very often when I'm playing here because I know the course so well. But if I do go play in a tournament, I will put a fresh book in there. It also has my yardages. These yardages are not accurate, so and then in the back of this book, it has a little notes section, which I have no notes there for right now, but tournaments, I usually throw some notes in there, especially for the course I'm playing, you know, par 3, you know, hit this club, or par 5, lay up on this, you know, different notes for different courses. And a rules guide. Pretty knowledgeable about most of the rules. There are a couple tricky ones. In case anyone ever asks me about a rule, if I don't know the answer to it, I will pull this out. I also have an app on my phone, which is a lot easier to find a rule that way. If you're an avid golfer and you know anything about the rules book, you know that this thing is kind of a pain to try and find a rule unless you know this book by the back of your hand. So, all right, cool. On to this side. I keep a pair of rain pants. Nothing fancy about these. They're good for windy days and wet days. So I'll keep that in that pocket right there. Now, I don't have my umbrella on me today. It rained about 2 weeks ago, I guess, and I did go out and play that day. It rained pretty hard, so I took everything out of my bag to kind of dry off, and I never got to put the umbrella back in my bag. But over on this side of the bag, rain jacket. This one is actually a hoodie kind of rain jacket, so I got the hood kind of tucked in there. Again, nothing fancy, keeps the water off of you, good for cold days if it's windy. Other than that, I only wear it when it's raining. This pocket right here, I keep my driver tool. I could also use it on my 3-wood. I keep a little swing weight. Fun fact about me, I don't actually like to warm up before a round of golf. A lot of my rounds that I play when I'm working or something like that, I'm usually leaving the shop and going onto the course. Kind of started that habit back when I was working at Redbridge, and you know, I just kind of hop out the shop. If I open in the morning, I get off about 2-3 o'clock, and I just go straight onto the course. I didn't have any warm-up time, you know, so. And I played a lot of good rounds that way, and then I'd go to a golf tournament and I'd spend, you know, 45 minutes to an hour on the driving range warming up, and I'd go out there and play terrible. So I kind of just said, you know what, I'm just going to throw a swing weight in the bag, get loose, take a couple swings with the swing weight. I usually throw it on the 7 or the 8 iron, and then go hit a couple putts and chips, and then I'll do that. So no, not a big warm-up guy. Some extra tees, as well as this pocket, which is kind of low on tees. Generally, I play wood tees. I kind of go back and forth between the plastic and the wood. It's honestly whatever I'm in the mood for. Wood tees are a little bit cheaper. And then this is like an extra ball pocket, but currently there's no golf balls in it. So, need to refresh on some golf balls, actually. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. That is what's in my golf bag. Everybody's a little bit different, but you know, that's kind of the way I have it. If you come over here, you'll kind of see how I have it set up. you know, 2 through kind of in order, and then just do it that way. So hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll be back later.